Hello everybody and welcome back to the Opinion Corner, where I sit down in front of a mic and I talk about what's on my mind today. So today, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's second wave of the booster course pass is finally out, and I'm so glad that I can finally talk about it. And there's actually quite a bit of things I want to talk about for this one, because I feel like this wave opens up a ton of different discussion points. So hey, if you like the content, like the video, and comment down below what your favorite addition to Wave 2 was. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna boot it up because I saw this trailer when it came out at work. So I was watching this at like 360p, so let me just check it out now. Alright, so... okay, yeah, so the first track is Sky High Sundae, I believe this is what it's called. Why I find this interesting is this could potentially mean a pattern for upcoming waves in the future. What I mean by this is because in Wave 1, we had Tokyo Blur, Paris Promenade, and then Ninja Hideaway. Ninja Hideaway was not listed as a tour track, despite being originally on tour. And now we have Sky High Sundae, which is marked as new, which makes me think this is also supposed to be a tour track, but it's just being put on the pass first, sort of like what happened with Coconut Mall, because they did say they were only gonna put past Mario Kart tracks in this pass. Yeah, this track is a color overload for sure. It's a lot on the eyes with how bright and vibrant these colors are, like the light blue and the pink being put together, all the purple. Very crazy looking track. Funny enough, the layout also reminds me of Color Wonderland from CTGP, which is also a very vibrant, colorful track. Next up we have Kalimari Desert, which is another track that was remade in Mario Kart 7, and was also one of the tracks that were added in Tour. I'm pretty sure it was one of the first. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with the track, because from what it looks like in some of the parts of the video, there are item boxes inside of the train track area, which in Mario Kart Tour, you can drive inside that train track area during the second final lap of the track. At least for some of the variants, I'm not sure if it's for all of them. So they might actually change up the layout for how this is driven too. Which again, I guess it depends on how you feel about GBA Sky Garden having the entire layout changed. Or if not the entire layout, okay, let's not get too crazy here. It was only the last half. Yeah, it depends on if you want like the Kalimari Desert from 64 or 7, or if you don't mind having it switch up to include the railroad. Personally, I think I'll have to see how I feel about it, but you know, we'll just have to see. I also like this inclusion because there's a lot of off-road, and one of the biggest problems I have with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is that there's a lot of front-running tracks. There's not a lot of off-road to really cut through and make super big comebacks, so having more luck tracks in this game I think is really good for counter picks. The train gimmick's pretty fun. I like how the bots and you are basically forced to, you know, wait for it like oncoming traffic at a red light, so very cool addition to the pack for sure. Next is something I was not expecting, SNES Mario Circuit 3, a Mario Kart Wii retro track. So out of all of the tracks they could have remade, I'm surprised they picked 3. Now again, going back to my luck track, front-running track sort of idea, I'm interested to see how this track plays. It seems like the off-road spots are a lot wider than they are in Wii, which might give a lot more opportunities for comebacks, which I think is cool. I'm also not sure if the shroom spot is going to change from Mario Kart Wii, because one of the shroom spots is in the corner right before the shortcut, instead of the actual shortcut itself. So I'm curious to see if in this game it'll be the same shroom spot or if the shortcut will actually be faster. But yeah, if you had to add one SNES Mario Circuit track, personally I would have picked Mario Circuit 1, again for the big shortcut in the middle. Though it is kind of simple, so. Another thing I wanted to bring up is kind of a funny fact. Out of the 64 tracks that have currently been confirmed for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 3 of them are SNES tracks. We got Donut Plains 3, which was added in the base game. We had Rainbow Road, which was added in the Wii U DLC. And now we have SNES Mario Circuit 3, which is the Switch DLC. I really hope they add more SNES tracks to this game, just because I think there's a lot to still pick from. SNES Vanilla Lake's kind of cool. I really like SNES Vanilla Lake. I think SNES Bowser's Castle 3 would be a really good addition to this game. But yeah, I just found this funny because SNES tracks are surprisingly underrepresented in this game. Though I guess it's because they've been adding a bunch of SNES tracks since, well, they added retro tracks. So it makes sense that they'd be kind of running out. Very funny track to add to the pack though. I welcome it. As a Mario Kart Wii player, I have a soft spot for this track, so. Speaking of Mario Kart Wii, the 4th track we're going to talk about is Mushroom Gorge. This one, it looks like they added back the mushroom cut, which they removed in 7. So that's pretty exciting. Again, this track is ported from Tour, so really only the ground had some visual changes, but the cave looks really good. That's what I was really excited, because when I saw Mushroom Gorge, I think I talked about this in one of the videos on the main channel, but I said if they were to import the Tour version of Mushroom Gorge, I really hope that they keep the cave section because it looked really good. And I'm really happy to say that they did add the crystals and the mushroom parts. Very cool. However, there's one thing I did want to bring up. They changed the glider shroom. In Mario Kart 7, they added a blue mushroom, which when you trick on it, you activate your glider. And with this, you could take the gap cut, just like in Mario Kart Wii. The thing is now, the glider shroom is on the right side, and it's in the middle of the cavern, which makes it feel like they wanted to eliminate the gap cut, which I'm kinda disheartened about. I think the gap cut is a super cool shortcut, very fun to pull off. If this is true, I'm really hoping it isn't. I really hope that the gap cut is still possible in one way or another, maybe even in 200cc. Though it sucks that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe seems to really want to cut down on the shortcuts, which would really suck if that was the case. Next up, we have Tour Sydney Sprint, which is a city track. I don't really have many opinions on the city tracks because I feel like they don't play super well in Tour. I forget if this is the one where you ride inside of the subway, which if it is, then I really like this track's ideas. I forget if it's this one or if it's the Berlin one. And of course, for the 6th track, they had to bring back the fan favorite. It's Waluigi Pinball, and it's a really good track pick for sure, especially if Nintendo wants to get more people to gravitate towards the pass. This is one of the tracks that I see a lot of people wanting a lot. I even got a lot of comments in my one track per game video where I chose DS Mario Circuit and DS Airship Fortress over Pinball. But yeah, adding this track also confirms they aren't afraid to reuse music tracks, since DS Wario Stadium and DS Waluigi Pinball share the same music. It's also a great casual track too, so I don't mind it at all. It also looks pretty good for Booster Course Pass standards. Like, again, I'm not one who comments on graphics, but the track looks pretty good. The lighting really complements the track, and all of the textures look pretty good. So, honestly, good stuff for all of the Waluigi Pinball fans. Also, the Waluigi Pinball section takes like half of the video. Nintendo knows what the people want. Holy crap, this is long. Okay, GBA Snow Land. This was one of the tracks that I really wanted in this game. This was on my wish list, so I'm really happy this is in the game. I actually thought this was Vanilla Lake at first because the intro section showed like a Vanilla Lake lake. But yeah, this looks awesome. We only got like 2 seconds of gameplay, which is cringe. I want to see more of this track. There's only like 2 angles, and one of them I stare this asshole Tanuki Mario in the face. I don't want to see you, get off my screen. And the last track is the 3rd tour track, which is New York Minute. It's the first tour track. It's kind of, you know, basic to really start off Tour. There's nothing really much to say about it. It's like the Mushroom Cup circuit equivalent of Mario Kart Tour, so I guess it makes sense that they'd add this early on. But yeah, that's wave 2. Honestly, a pretty solid lineup all around. And yeah, we get the 2 city tour tracks, and then one I think is a tour track where it's like super heavily themed off of something, exactly like Ninja Hideaway was. So I think this is gonna be a pattern. Every wave is gonna have 2 city tour tracks and then 1 completely thematic tour track. So hey, maybe Merry Mountain will be added to the game eventually. So yeah, for every opinion corner where I react to the future waves of the Booster Course Pass, I kind of want to, you know, check down my checklist of the tracks that I want to see in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So we can check out Mushroom Gorge. So hey, at least I got 1 track. And then there was my honorary mention pick, which was GBA Snow Land because I picked Blue Lake. One thing of note is that out of the 5 non-tour retros that they added to this game, only 1 of them is brand new. 4 of these have already been remade before, with the only one brand new being GBA Snow Land, which makes sense. You know, they want to pick all the fan favorites. They want to pick a lot of tracks that people like and recognize, which is the reason why they were added in previous retro packs in the first place. But yeah, I'm hoping that they add more new tracks in the future, as in like new retros, I mean. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the pass, what your favorite track was. And yeah, I'm probably gonna do a day 1 first thoughts on this wave as well when it comes out, just like how I did with wave 1. So if you want to see what I thought about those tracks, then that's on the top right corner. And that'll be all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.